So last time, we didn't have a giant novel of an adventure log because you guys kind of took a moment to relax and decompress and assess your next moves aboard the mighty Imperial skyship, the Herald, one of two that had rescued you from the ruin of Volvar after you had destroyed the aberrant Tempest, saved the Warforged, met the great intelligence itself, the Symphony in Steel, and had been set upon a new quest to help stop the Reckoning, which you had inadvertently helped unleash upon the world. But if it makes you feel any better, if it hadn't been you guys, the Verasi probably would have found somebody else. So, you're heading south towards Sunikalavos at great speed, flying away from the dangerous wasteland and the tentacly cloud, towards the nation of Sunikalavos, a place renowned for its bounty and its hedonism. It's a nation built primarily around the worship of and celebration of the virtues of Sunika, the goddess of fertility, parties, and all sorts of fun stuff. And it's a pretty chill, but generally very safe and civilized place, in which Aelyn and Kalevandor have a bit of history. Along the way, however, you decided to detour to Eulic, where, according to Yahek, and seemingly believed by the Grand Inquisitor, a vast undead army could be found, controlled by some sort of imposter or usurper. But perhaps this army, were it to be reclaimed, could be set to good use to help you fight your way into Gakanad, another of the Towers of Twisted Metal, another piece of the Symphony in Steel that also housed one of these big fucking guns, but was currently under the tentacle cloud and, according to Oswald, full of all sorts of dangerous monsters that are no doubt even more dangerous now. So, y'all had a fancy dinner party. It got a little bit awkward with the captain of the skyship, the Grand Inquisitor, and Imperial Battle Mage, and a senior Grand Enchanter who likes putting fancy-sounding titles in front of his name.
God.
Right? Yeah, basically. So you had a fancy dinner party, had a little bit of awkward conversation, but nonetheless finally gained the benefits of a long rest and slept in peace and safety. So, where we left off, the skyships had turned to the east, and are now beginning to make their way from the barren red sands of the Carvisiask towards Pentarkos, which is a fairly temperate land to the western side of the Dukitaneb. I promise that name existed long before I was aware that Matt Mercer also called something the City and Ocean. But basically, Eneb means like ocean or sea, so it's like.
Anyway. Yes, of course.
Seriously, that name has existed since I was like 11. But
Sunikalavos?
Wait, hold on.
yes, actually.
So you're saying the ocean has the same name. We also have a warlock who doesn't want to be with his thing. Wow, I think a lot of similarities here.
Yeah.
Oh god, does that mean the dragon turtle's fucking following us?
Yep.
No, it's stuck in time. It's fine.
It's frozen in time.
Oh, okay.
Aw. You guys looked.
I did. I giggled.
Anyway, so as you head towards Eulic, hoping to find this uniquely capable army that Yahek claims to exist, and perhaps be able to control. I'd say at this point, you're about 4 hours of flight away from actually reaching Eulic. You're now passing over the low hills that kind of fall away from the high plateau of the desert to the lower elevations of the more temperate and fertile lands of the Pentarchos. So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, first I'd like to gather around the troops and bring in Kalevandor and Aelyn close, and just put my arms around the closest people I can find and encourage my brothers to do the same. Say, guys, I think it's time that we finally allow Kalevandor and our brother Aelyn to join the Skymenders. And I know it's been a long time coming and that we've partied real hardy, but I think it's finally time we let them go through the trials.
Hey, Kale, did we want to join?
I mean...
Is he saying this out loud?
Hey,
Yeah.
Aelyn, can I have my sword back?
I told you could have it back whenever you want it.
No, it's a cloak. I'm just saying. If you want to join, you get the sword.
Yeah. I also did say you could have the sword back whenever you wanted.
Just for funsies, I'm going to put you on the map of the skyship because I made it. So, we might as well.
Let's fight it out.
I don't see any whales in top hats. I just like to point
You're
out.
right. There are no whales in top hats. They're just glowy orbs. Anyway, you guys are here, and I've just kind of put a smattering of some of the types of folks who are on board, although not nearly all of them. So anyway,
I stand at the edge of the fighting pit.
And then,
Look,
Well,
there's totally room over here for a fighting pit. Oh, I'm sorry, over here.
Also, where am I?
I gave you a token that was your power armor. If you wanted to be wearing that.
Oh. Not at the moment, thank you.
Okay, well then, one moment, please.
I also can't control it.
I'll fix that. But
Hey.
there you are over the
there
side.
you go, over the edge.
Oswald, I appreciate you getting me the sword, but it's Jesus. Kales, can you sit still?
Sorry, you know how I am.
You're the boss.
Can't protect me if I kill myself.
I stunning strike him. And so I'm kind of bound to follow you wherever you go right now.
Good, because the trials are showing us a good time in Sunikalavos.
Oh well,
I feel like
we're already going.
We're like literally made for that.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not joining our group?
There's more of us than there are of you, so just like how numbers work, I don't know if... And you didn't have a name and we had a name.
Paladin, come on.
Okay, so...
You know
Also,
how
the
the
interesting
minority-
thing about trials...
The minority
Hold on.
leads the majority, the rich... You know more than any of us,
You're trying to be funny, and let me tell you, it's working.
Oh. Is that how you...
Can't you see me laughing?
You're yeah, man.
Look, guys. I'm just
what's up,
letting you know.
Oswald?
Letting you know. There's also profit sharing involved.
No.
But this
You guys
profit
make
sharing...
profits?
Well, no. Well, first,
I broke up. Hold on, you said there's profits?
it's important to say during the trials, all drinks are paid for by the initiates. We have to lay out the ground rules, right? This is something we can all agree on.
Yeah, no, of course.
Great. Okay, we're agreed.
Tries to jingle money sack, there's no jingle sound.
And then also there's profit sharing where on average we all get the same amount, but the longer you've been in the group, it goes by seniority, the more money you get. Yeah.
So the older you are, the more money you get.
No, the longer you've been in the group. So like Yahek here, he was our newest member until you two. So he doesn't get as much money as us.
I
I feel like it should be like contributions. Otherwise, the guys that have been here the longest, are like they'll just sit back and do nothing while a monster eats the youngest members.
Yeah, it doesn't really make new people want to join this group.
Yeah.
Have we been recruiting? I didn't realize we've been recruiting.
Look, it is an honor to be part of the Skybreakers.
Menders.
Sky Repair.
The Sky Repair.
The Sky Fixer-Uppers.
Sky Repairs LLC.
Sky the Builder.
That's where you're wrong, Jim.
What was the second rule, Malik? Yahek?
What? The second rule of what?
The second trial. Part of the trials.
I thought it was
Were
just the profit
The
sharing.
first part was they have to pay for all our drinks. What's the second part?
The profit sharing.
No, that's the fourth part.
Oh, so the profit sharing is the drinks.
Okay, I think that's enough. So yeah, hands in.
Which one?
Did you just assume I have hands?
Could be either hand. Any.
I take Kalevandor's hand and put it in.
It's slightly clammy. I try to avoid Caladan's hand.
I purposely placed my hand right on top of his.
I fold Kalevandor's hand into his.
I do the little like.
I spit on everyone's hands in the center of the circle.
I keep my hand out.
And I say, on 3, 1, 2, 3, Skymenders!
I turn around and walk away.
This enormous the giant Warforged loader just kind of walks by. Walks away.
Hi, Steve.
Would you say I inspired anyone by that?
I don't know. Was anyone inspired by that?
Not at all.
I was entertained.
I mean, I giggled,
I mean, I was into it.
You know what, Yahek? Sure, you can have an inspiration.
You inspired yourself.
Because that was the sweet thing you did there.
I wanted to inspire the others, though, not myself.
Too bad!
No!
I'm so inspired.
Are you trying to use your inspiring leader feat?
I'm so smart.
Do you have an
I'm so
inspiring leader?
inspired.
Do you have the inspiring leader feat?
No.
Okay.
I thought this was...
I don't have anything. I just
It's
wanted
hard.
to know that the troops were rallied.
And rallied they were.
I just wiped the spit on Aelyn.
But no, seriously, you have an inspiration, because that was a sweet thing you did.
Well, we can quit anytime, right?
Wait, are we joining? Aelyn, we gotta discuss this.
That's what I. Yeah. Okay.
No, between you and me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I pull Kale over to the side of the ship.
I started
Toss him
walking
overboard.
and then realized that he meant the other Kale.
I almost start pulling you, but I.
And some of your scales come off when he tries pulling you, and you're like, ugh.
That doesn't happen.
Alright, so like, I was gonna do that anyway. Might as well get something out of it, right?
Do what?
Like, just go party and
Oh, yeah. And I figured, I mean, we are kind of hitching a ride with them.
I still think that they're with us. We're the real group here. You know?
Yeah, you know what? Like, 100%.
Do you see what we did in that last fight, man? We fucking if we weren't there. You see that? I've never fought in my life. Well, all right, that's a lie.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm gonna have to teach you how to do a couple things.
Like certify me my fist is magical, because that'd be pretty.
I mean, I'm not a licensed instructor, but I can get you ready. Think of me as a tutor.
Alright, do you want to learn some illusions, bruh?
Pain is the only illusion I believe in.
Damn, I knew I got the right one. Are you worried at all about Claudius?
Who's that?
You know, we stole his wife. That whole thing. Well, I stole his wife, and then you kind of came and you kicked his ass. You remember all that?
Oh, that's who that was?
Oh boy,
Oh, man.
I think we're gonna have a problem when we go back.
Can we hear all this?
No.
Well, if you
I
remember...
mean, unless you're deliberately trying to overhear their conversation.
Yeah, I am.
Make a stealth check to see if you can sidle close enough without them noticing.
Just looms silently behind him.
That's a 13.
13? Yeah, both of you notice Yahek kind of edging closer and lower your voices, so yeah, Yahek, you cannot hear them.
I remember trying to punch a whole lot of you. I guess I must have hit this Claudius one of those times.
You hit the ugly one, yeah, I get it. But like, he's one of them salami boys, you know, Swami.
Yeah, I know those
Panini?
Swamis. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do have a big hold in that area, but well, you know, if they show up, we got a couple friends.
Like, can you imagine? We go over and it's like, hey, anyone know about a big gun? And then Salami Boy comes up. He's like, I got the big gun right on my property, and you're gonna have to fight me for it. You know?
I don't know if that will happen.
It could happen. It'd be an interesting plot point, you know?
I think it would be super interesting. I'm sure someone out there is listening and taking notes, but I'm not sure
Well,
if things will go that neatly, you know?
we tend to make a lot of noise wherever we go.
We'll just get new shoes.
I look down at my Yeezys.
I put my shoes.
Your sandals. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing what's up with Trulia now, you know?
Look, man, you have to get over this girl. Things didn't go that well. You sent her downriver the last time you saw her.
Hey, I mean, I sent her in style. War pigs.
You could be right. I don't know women as well as you do.
We'll get there. We'll keep getting you drunk enough. It'll happen.
Hopefully.
Alright, well... Let's join
Wait, sorry. What was her name this time?
Trulia.
Yeah, that wasn't her name last time, but alright.
Oh, she had a name last time? Alright.
That's alright, that's her name now.
It's canon.
Next time it'll be Julia, and then Jillian, and...
Oh no, trust me, it's truly a first.
We are keeping a theme.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so I guess for now we say we're joining the group.
They didn't make us, like, sign anything, so...
That's true. Verbal agreements aren't really a thing.
These guys really don't know how to lead a company. That's fine. We'll keep them.
Yeah.
They really need some leadership. It's like they had a leader that formed them and they're just repeating what he says. You know? It's kind of what it feels like.
Well, you know, you've done pretty good by me. Maybe they'll learn a thing or two from you.
We'll have to see how they feel about that.
Alright. Let's break the huddle.
While they're talking, can I just huddle up the original Skybreaker Menders?
Yes.
As Yahek awkwardly walks away to listen to their conversation.
Sidling bent over backwards like a spider trying to spy on.
Guys, I remember what the second rule was. We have to make them sign that contract that we signed.
Don't you still have some of those?
I don't know. I have no
I'm
idea.
sure we still have those, and I'm pretty sure they don't work.
Yeah, but we gotta make them sign something and just tell them that it's
What is,
something.
what is with everyone's big deal with signing? Why do we need to sign things?
We don't need them to sign anything.
Fine.
That's fucked up.
Wow. I guess the bond built in combat is fucked these days. God damn it.
Just while we have everybody here, Aelyn, Kale, do you want to join us again, real quick?
Kale can't run.
We have one thing to finish up.
All
Alright, Kale. I'm just biding time. I want them to wait. Alright, go over there.
Okay.
Alright, let's go over there.
I hate you guys. Alright, let's go over there.
So you gather up again.
I put my hand in the middle and I started pretending to Hakalugi.
Is the Sky Captain on deck?
She is. She's at the helm. As you enter the world of tomorrow.
Let's go have a talk with the Sky Captain just about how we're going to approach this scenario. And
Alrighty.
I'll start moseying my way up.
And the next couple of minutes, you gather the head honchos that are on board. So, Save, Burivar, the ranking war mage, the Grand Inquisitor, and the Sky Mage, you all kind of gather on the whatever that part of the ship is. I want to say forecastle, but it's not the forecastle. It's the ass castle. Ass castle. So as you guys gather on the ass castle of the ship to discuss your next moves. The Sky Mage looks at you, Vake. And do you have any particular insight into how we should make our approach here?
Well, when I was last in control of Eulic, the idea was to stay out of the line of sight of the Empire. So, we definitely shouldn't be going in guns blazing, but the guns should be warm. If that makes sense.
Duly noted.
A sign of authority and power might be the approach here. I mean, we aren't trying to start a fight, and I would propose to hopefully have this solved diplomatically. Unless we just want to rain hell on them, and I look toward everybody else.
Well, we should probably keep the guns ready to rain hell if things go wrong.
Bro, we need the army. We don't want it destroyed.
But if we sent a small group of 4 people, and maybe 2 people stayed behind to watch the ship,
I would highly disagree with that.
Does that go by seniority, Aelyn?
definitely, I think the bravest and oldest members of the group should go, while us initiates stay by and watch.
And learn?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Just words of advice for everyone, and I would communicate this to your troops in the Warforged site. Do not be caught alone. Stay together as a group.
Oh. Can I ask why? Big.
Prey can more easily be singled out when it's by itself.
So outsiders to the city are considered prey.
No. Once they've been vetted and we've learned more of them, then if they serve a use, they are not prey, and if they don't serve a use, they will shortly.
What was the purpose of this city? Meg?
Boredom.
That might have been the cause of it, but what does it...
Well, if I could go back further, what made you become the kind of scholar you are? If y'all don't mind me asking.
To be completely honest, it's been a while. I can't really remember.
So someone died? Wife?
I mean,
Kid?
I don't remember. Being around for how many years is it? 330 something? Something around there.
Well, you're not that much older than me. So do you not want to remember, or you just can't?
I'm sure some kind of sorrow brought it on.
You know, sometimes when I get hit in the head, I remember some stuff.
I will refuse that offer, but I appreciate it.
I accept your refusal of the offer.
So apart from we shouldn't be wandering around this city alone, frankly, I'm inclined to keep all of my troops on board the Dawn Herald while... Well, if you propose that a diplomatic solution can be arrived at, then perhaps you should make your way to whoever you intend to negotiate with a small party.
I mean, between Yahek and I, we can be pretty convincing.
Same.
And
Wait. A 5 on my persuasion.
at that point, Bjervar perks up and says, "Of course, a sustained barrage of fireballs from the sky can also be quite persuasive."
You should name the guns diplomacy.
We're named with a dog at the end.
Vic, what are the chances that these people recognize you and they become hostile because they recognize you?
Well, they won't recognize me. They might recognize Malik. If it's somebody who knew him. But I doubt it would be, because I was very thorough the first time. So I don't think we need to worry about anyone recognizing me.
Would you be comfortable? Oh, go ahead, Kel.
You sure? You were kind of doing
Would you be comfortable pretending to be this Malik guy?
I mean, I could, but it is rightfully my kingdom, and I feel like being a little sassy about it, if you don't mind me.
I can't.
Yeah, but how about you start as being Malik, and then when we actually meet Vayek, you could be like, "Yo, I'm Vayek."
No,
And there's like,
Oswald, I am Vayek.
Right, so Vayek and the glorious return of you to your kingdom, whatever. This being your kingdom, what specifically can you tell us about defenses, armaments, what type of people we're going to be running into, the attitudes of the town, ways we could potentially persuade people to join our cause as you, the aforementioned rightful heir? How do we make this a fight we can win, whether it's a fight we have with words or with weapons?
are there any, like, country or city customs where you can have a 1v1 or 2v2?
6v1.
Nothing as barbaric as that. And as far as
Barbaric, it saves bloodshed.
You don't have a fighting pit?
No, I mean, there's no... okay.
Let's become champions of the fighting pit, and then take the city from there.
I stand by my very legitimate question, by the way.
No, yeah, that was a good
I'm
question.
sorry.
It
Okay,
was a
could
good
you
question.
repeat it for me? I kind of was just thrown askew by that last bit of.
What defenses does the city have? What is the disposition of its people? How if and how can we persuade those people to be on the side of you, the rightful heir to this city, or king to this kingdom, whatever? How do we make this a fight that we can win?
Well, as far as defenses, I was not prepared to have 2 Imperial sky ships loaded with an army or small task force of Imperial soldiers and Warforged infiltrate my city at a random notice. So we do have that to our side as opposed to defenses, standard siege equipment, and all the likes. But this person could have made new additions to my kingdom without my notice, of course. As far as turning them to our cause, it would be whoever is controlling them.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Are there any just normal citizens there?
There are a handful, but they were pretty devoted to my cause.
So this is an entire city under the direct control of a single person.
I mean, yes and no. The citizens
stick by
still
my
have
1v1.
free will and are able to do what they want, but generally, they're mobilized when called upon by the leader.
Okay, but are they forced to be, or do they choose to be? Are they undead or living?
A mix?
Okay, are there walls that we should worry about? Do we need to create, I don't know, like
It's
a
a kingdom. There's a
Ulyshian
castle. There's
bowl
a
or something?
create a what?
Like make like a sort of offering to a god, stay inside of the offering until it passes the walls.
Maybe
Then
I
open
should
up
have,
the doors
I
like-
should have asked for offerings when I.
Yeah, like a Ulyshian bowl type thing.
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe a horse.
I'll remember that for the future.
I think he took the wrong idea from your idea.
Is it only undead, or do we also have to worry about the unlifed as well?
About the what?
The unlifed?
It is.
It's a real thing, trust me.
You'll see when we get there.
Also, y'all got a sewage system?
Of course. What kingdom doesn't have running sewage?
Aelyn, I like it.
I like sewage too.
That
Also-
question perplexed me. Why would you ask?
I don't know. All these rail types, in my experience, they always seem to have some sort of backdoor from wherever they live to get the hell out of Dodge, wherever that is.
I've had many of plans of escape. But those were
Any
my
chance
plans, and not
those-
necessarily my usurpers.
Any chance those could be entrances?
They could, but as I said, I think the shock and awe would probably be the best route.
Shock and awfully quiet.
Now, are the citizens generally like or are they like living?
That is mildly offensive.
Okay, what state of decay are they in?
Varying states.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we should put on some makeup, and if we walk like this, we can make it through just fine.
If that is what you would wish to do, you're more than welcome to. I would still tell you not to stray too far from the group.
Oh, don't worry. If anyone tries to attack me, I'm going to kill them.
So, like, I still can't get a visual of what we're stepping into. Like, is it made of bone and, like, there's people, no
How
people, like,
Barbaric do you
Are there
think
shops?
I am?
I don't know,
Very.
you
There's a
talk- you
running
talk-
economy. We have workers. We traded with villages and other settlements and kingdoms around us. What do you think me some...
talking about this place like it's your plaything.
What?
So for that it's you made it out of boredom.
It is. You can't take your playthings seriously?
I look down.
He's got the
No.
right idea.
I can't.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Sienna,
Mhm.
you informed us before of this other Vayek. Is there any other? Pick up.
My God.
You need a line?
Sunika.
She holds out a big binder. Mm.
That's not in this script. I'm supposed to win this conversation. No. Is there any other information that you've been able to gather, or that has been revealed to you?
I've asked a few questions since we've considered going there. And, well, as Vic here has said, and as his apparent successor has successfully done, we are aware of the
Usurper,
city-state.
not successor.
Whatever.
There is no
We're
successor
aware
to me.
of the city-state of Eulic, and to date it has not been particularly consequential in our political or military calculations. So my specific information on it is limited. As far as I know, there is a powerful, or was, a very powerful archmage or lich by the name of Vayek running the place.
Still present.
And honestly, Vayek, your capabilities don't quite match up with those we've been given to expect of such a figure.
That is hurtful.
And the Vayek that our information, or the information we had on this Vayek, spoke of a mighty mage who could raise the dead and do all sorts of fancy things. Your own arcane capabilities aren't, well, not trivial, certainly not on that level.
This is correct, but I've only just assumed this body, I don't know, a mere 3 or 4 weeks ago. It will take some time for my abilities to come back to me, but they will indeed come back. And I will be able to raise the dead again.
But should you?
Of course. They're tools to be used, and they will be.
Yeah, they certainly will.
I glare sadly at Kaladin.
Oh, please. He's not one of them.
Is he not?
No. It's been established he's special.
You can't just say things like that.
So are we just... This is the captain speaking. Are we just rolling up to the capital and decloaking and having Björvar and his battalion rain down a bunch of fireballs?
I still think we should go in the cover of night and rappel down from the ship because I think that would be cool. But Vayek, go ahead.
No. You were talking interrupted. I'm sorry.
Vayek, this is your rodeos. Go ahead, Kaladin.
I was just going to ask if there are places to dock skyships in Eulic.
There wouldn't have been before. We should probably just... I would suggest we just go in undercover. We just take the cover off once we're in, I don't know, around the castle, and we'll put one ship down in the courtyard. Blast a message demanding... demanding theater with whoever has unseated me for the moment. Then we go in, have our discussion while both or one of the skyships is patrolling, making sure everything is okay. And then we see where we go from there. If military force is necessary and we need to deal with them, we deal with them and we blow them to high hell, and if not, then we come to whatever arrangements we need to.
For those of us, I guess, playing a role in this whole endeavor, should we be playing any roles that your culture will understand?
Like I said, it wouldn't necessarily be a cultural thing. It would be who is this usurper and how can we play to them?
Do you think maybe we could add a bit of subtlety to your plan of landing in the courtyard and yelling to come out and face us? Not that I don't love and appreciate a plan that involves yelling and fighting, or yelling and challenging.
Well, like I said,
I don't see that with any sarcasm. I legitimately am I'm.
It is up to you. I would think that this is the best course of action. We do have numbers. We do have the means on our side.
I just had an interesting thought. Are we trying to kill this guy, or are we trying to convince him?
I would certainly be okay with killing him.
But then how would you get your army back?
They would follow me because I have returned.
So if I kill him,
What happens when you land? We land in the courtyard, and you say, "I Vague is back. I am the true Vague," and then your army doesn't listen to you because your usurper has done something.
Well, we will find that out when we get there, or while we pass certain scouts. If they give us trouble, we will know then.
So Vague is going in alone first?
I would not be so foolish as to walk into
But what scouts are we going to pass if we land in their courtyard of the castle and demand audience with this Vague person?
I mean, I have people scouting. I have things to alert
You have
us.
people now that you've been in contact with this whole time.
Not people. My kingdom would have had scouts set out. It's not something that you would just be able to do. But then
And
again,
have they given information to you? My question is, you assume, and I'm not saying these assumptions are wrong, Vayak. I am not. I'm not trying to diminish what you say you have. All I am saying is that we are going in there right now. We are landing a big-ass ship in a courtyard. And a courtyard is surrounded by things that could trap. I've been in a lot of fights, and I haven't won a lot of them by being the best or the strongest or the brightest. I've won because I was able to figure out the situation and turn it to my advantage. And if I was a place that didn't want a lot of involvement with the Empire, I would make sure that a place that looks inviting to land, or a place that would be easiest to land in, would be hardest to leave. So all I'm asking, I'm not saying you need to change your plan or anything like that, or that your plan is not good. All I'm asking is maybe we gather some information about the place first before we land, and land in grand style.
we could
So we
certainly
know that
do
landing
that
in
too.
grand style
We could
works.
certainly fly around and look for better places. But what I'm telling you now is that the Empire was most certainly a threat to me and my kingdom. So much so that I decided to cape off of their radars and stay away from them as much as possible, because they were something that I could not deal with.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
So if an Empire ship shows up, how willing do you think they are to ask questions before they start shooting?
I can only tell you what I would do if two Imperial sky ships uncloaked themselves right over my kingdom, and that would be to listen to whatever the fuck they had to say. And if it were to come to bloodshed, that it would need to be something that I would have needed to prepare for long in advance. And quite certainly have never had the time nor resources to do.
You say that the I'm sorry, and this is not trying to be conniving. I'm legitimately asking. The last thing you remember was 300 something years ago, or that's how far back your memory goes in terms of like you like remembering things.
Remembering. The last I remember was the struggle that I had with Malik for this body. Beating him in that struggle and claiming this body. For that to have happened, we've already established this, that amulet that I gave him is a plan B. So, something must have happened. Either the usurper must have done something, or it could have been something else, and I could have tried to ascend to another tier of lichdom and destroyed that body to claim this body again. And while that was happening, a usurper could have... There are certain things that could have happened to make that happen that I would be unaware of, and I cannot give you the answers to those.
That's all I'm saying is that your response would be to listen to the two Empire ships coming down.
Correct.
This usurper, this person who is probably covetous, I don't know how I know that word, in what they have, does not want to lose what they have, is probably not going to, I would imagine, be more paranoid. If I was in control of something, I would...
Kaladin, may I offer a rebuttal?
Of course, yeah.
I think we may be able to use this Empire ship as a leverage. I think this usurper might know that the real Yahek is still out there. And knowing that the real Yahek, assuming you are the real Yahek,
I am.
I feared, or at least strongly had a dislike for the Empire, might try courting the Empire if they came with a proposal, knowing that it might strengthen his position against Yahek should he return.
Look, honestly, I don't really have any problem killing this thing, whatever it is that's taken over here. I just want to make sure that if we do that, or whatnot, that we have a compelling reason and ability to do so.
I understand your concerns here, but I think we are all underestimating the seat of power that we are currently in. And I feel like this would be an opportunity to be able to use that power. But that is just my take. And I would not want to put the Sky Captain, ship, or anyone else at risk should they not want to be at risk.
We are in the middle of a fight for the very existence of this world. We are all at risk. If this ship needs to exert its power in a overt way, we are certainly ready to do so. As for the Warforged on board, if we should perhaps set those of them that do not wish to get involved in a fight some distance away, that can also be arranged.
How high up from the ground do you have to be to effectively attack the ground?
Well, the arcane cannons on this ship have an effective range of about 1,200 feet.
Okay.
The more impressive spells that the battle mages can cast would require us to get closer.
So, and can the arcane cannons aim down?
They can.
Okay, so do you guys, I guess the real question is, do you want to float down or do you want to walk in?
I mean, at the
I'm
end
okay
of
with
all
either.
this discussion, I will default to what Yahek says because he
Yeah.
has the most knowledge about this.
Yahek,
So
your choice. But let's make a plan around what you want to do. Float down into the castle or try to walk in from the edge of town?
Um.
And we'll make a plan around that.
I still believe that flying in would probably be the best way to go about that.
So float down in. Okay, so what if, and actually, do we have anyone who has the ability to scry or look at the city ahead of time to see if they have any air defense?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know, I'm asking the captain. Or
Well,
Yahek, or... Look, someone who knows magic.
Do I look like I can scry on command?
Yes?
Yes.
Maybe Kale?
Kale's like looking bored, looking over the edge, not really paying attention.
Initiate.
Look,
I mean, Captain Telsona may be able to.
what if... Actually, another question, follow-up question. How will we get down? Do we have parachutes? Do we have anyone that can cast something on us to fall a little bit safer?
Fly.
Okay, sure, we can fly. So, how about this? Skyship, go high above city,
Brrr.
lower down to maybe 1,500 feet or something. We will fly down to the castle, and then the skyship goes down to 1,200 feet. And if we still have some sending stones, so we can communicate that way. If all goes to shit, we ask you to start bombarding the ground. If not, you're just there. And we go from there. How does that start? How does that sound as a start?
Are we starting a war?
No, but we need to be able to make it to the leader, and I would say in air quotes, Yahek. So that our, in air quotes, Yahek can lead the army also, or something. We have Yahek 1 down there and Yahek Prime over here.
We're trying to kill him.
Maybe. I don't know, Yahek hasn't really decided yet, so I'm trying to just give him a bunch of options here.
Listen, I still believe just flying in, they can drop us off, the two ships can circle around, and if the ships don't hear back from us within a certain time, or they don't see us leave within a certain time, they just level the place. Sound
Okay, but why
kosher?
not also...
Yeah, kind of cracks his knuckles. Like the way you think.
Yeah, but why not just have a sending stone also, where they can just bombard the ground before we die?
I mean, that would be part of it, but generally, once we're in, they're not going to be able to help us too much, I'm assuming. Unless they were to land and come in with us, which I wouldn't advise.
Are there any military points that we could specifically bombard so we don't just rampantly kill civilians and non-combatants?
There are no civilians in that city, according to Yahek.
Ah,
The city itself can be militarized, so...
that's an okay.
Hey, Sky Captain.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not wasting energy if we have to get off the ship real quick. Y'all got anything for evacuating? Things like slow, non-magical sorts on their way down?
All of us who crew or are on board the ship are capable of various magics that can arrest our falls should we be cast from the ship.
Alright, so should we go
If you're
the
looking
route?
for some sort of equipment, no.
Okay, so should we go the route of going down sneakily? Would
think
y'all
that's
mind
not
casting?
the good ones.
Yeah, I know.
Need I remind you, this entire skyship is invisible. If you wish to descend sneakily, we can
Oh, yeah, you could just land.
Land wherever you'd like.
I suppose that might be a thing you could do.
Look, remember my comments about not being separated from the group. The idea of us going in as a show of force and blatantly showing what's here means that we will be safer on the ground. If we were trying to just sneak in, and this person were to just assume that it was just 5 people just trying to sneak in, 5 people trying to sneak in amongst 10,000 undead is just 5 other people to be converted to make it 10,005.
I mean, we said the ship should be 1,200 feet above the ground. Still visible, but just in case they have any anti-air defenses, we don't want to harm the ship if we can help it.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that the ship's being there and seen is part of it. This is not something that we can just sneak in and handle.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying sneak in.
Wait, I haven't. Are the skimmers on this ship or the other ship?
One of them's on this ship, 2 are on the other.
Oh, we could just take that down.
That's what I'm saying. So we have the impressive show of force of this ship operating out of nowhere, menacingly above the castle. We take one of the skimmers, which presumably only us, or which either Yahek, either yourself or maybe Oswald wearing the key, can operate, or not, or need the Warforged, and then go down there with a vehicle that no one down there can operate. Land impressively. Go talk to this other Eulic, this fake Yahek, convince him or kill him, and then go from there.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good.
I agree.
Sure. So
Aelyn, Yahek, Kalevandor, any yes, no, maybe so.
So we're just gonna stand outside in the courtyard and just yell Hector a bunch?
Yes.
For like 20 minutes.
Wait till he dons his armor and says goodbye to everyone. then we'll tie it to the skimmer and just go around the city.
Sounds like an excellent plan if I ever heard one.
I've never seen anyone do that before, so...
So I
most original
understand, we're
plan
just
I've
trying
heard.
to take this army no matter what.
I think having this army is better than no army.
Alright.
It's just gonna be the 6 of us, right?
That, or did anybody else want to come along? And I look toward the Sky Captain and
How much-
Scythe.
How many can the skimmers hold?
Skimmer can hold about 20 humanoids. So.
How many humanoids are around?
Ooh, you know what
There
else is
there are far more than 20 around, so...
You know what would be a very extremely impressive show of force? Yahek in his
power
power armor and Lyle.
Do you need me to blow something up? Because like
Maybe.
I can do that now.
Yeah, I know. Hold that
if you'd
thought.
like.
Keep on charging, but hold that thought.
Well,
No,
Okay.
I'm pretty topped off actually.
Ooh.
Thanks to your generosity. So
Yahek, is there a way to make your face visible while in that power armor? Because that would be pretty damn impressive.
yeah, what I'm thinking is, how useful do you think it would be if you could make yourself look like what you used to?
I don't think I have the ability to make myself look like what I used to. But
And you want to hear no illusions.
Apparently not. That's a shame.
Does anyone here know illusions?
no one. Oh shit! All right,
Well,
Where's
Eddie.
Hill at? He couldn't even hear that. Anyone know illusions?
Kalevandor's just doing dancing lights over the edge, like juggling them.
I'm very glad he's showing that he wants to be a part of this group. Our new fledgling.
So the 5 of us are going down, right?
Aberrant Annihilator, can you make the face plate of this see-through?
I cannot make the material see-through. However, if you wish to retract the helmet, that can be done.
Can you retract it now?
Of course.
oh
God.
god, it's awful!
Unfold.
Put it back, put it back, put it back!
Actually, it's quite nice being able to see like this. Though it doesn't give the whole 360 point of view.
No,
which
when the helm's retracted, that goes away.
I've come kind of accustomed to that. And lets me see what's behind me, but... Intimidating enough?
I'm asking, this is for you. This is the show you want to put on, man.
I mean, honestly, really big armor, itty bitty head. Not too intimidating.
Well, you're like 4'5".
Yes, I am 4'5". You are correct.
I mean, I'm okay with the previous plan, so, whatever just gets us to this usurper so I can understand what the fuck is going on would be fantastic.
Anyway,
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
So Vic, you don't have a fighting.
Have a fighting pate in Eulic?
Yeah.
I could construct one.
No, but you don't currently have one.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple.
Oh. Alright, I'll challenge him in single combat.
look, if you all have
Wait,
some
no,
steam you
no.
need to blow off, I can clear the deck and you can fight.
Hold on. No, Aelyn. He is not challenging him to single combat. He has had enough of that. It is either me or Caladan's turn.
Just for the
Vague.
record, it wasn't Vaek who was challenged to single combat, it was Malik, and I believe he lost.
No. He won. He beat Mustafa with the power of the fire god thing. I don't remember. All I know is that there was burning and a...
Oh
there
yeah,
that-
he
did you
crushed
tell
his
me that-
head, didn't he?
Oh, no, didn't you tell me that
remember that.
dwarf fucked it up? You told me that dwarf fucked it up.
You've had 2 one-on-ones?
What?
You told,
No,
you told me
no.
You told me that dwarf shot a hostage.
What? What dwarf? What
I
hostage?
do believe hearing a shot ring out within the amulet after he got his arm chopped off, but...
Alright, Kaladin and Oswald, you flip a coin. Whoever wins can challenge Fake.
Okay, Caladan. Heads, I go. Tails, you don't go.
Wait,
What?
Wait, hold on. Kaladin has to go.
the Sky Mage kind of looks over y'all. We're getting reasonably close, so any other preparations you wish to make before we make this show of force should
Yes.
probably get about.
I believe
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
collectively as a group we should use the bathroom before we land.
Probably.
Just a heads up, I wouldn't challenge whoever this Vaek is to single combat if he's half the Archmage I was. He would probably be able to kill anyone in single combat, just saying. And that's not me trying to stroke my own ego. It's just... Disintegration's a hell of a thing.
How about we just figure it out when we're there?
Also, really quick, I want to make this point into Scythe. Like, are there any of your people that do not wish to fight or a fight to happen?
I have already spoken with all of them, and well, we were built for war, and I think that such purpose would give them some comfort and grounding in their new identities.
So then we will.
We are all willing to fight if we must.
Well,
Was
But
not
it-
expecting that answer.
well, it looks like if things go to shit, maybe they'll get that chance. I guess in a macabre sense of, you know, the lesser of two evils. We don't have to divert the ship to drop off non-combatants because the ship is fucking full of them.
And this world is our home now. We will fight to help save it, if we must.
Man, you are so much better than like everyone else who lives on this world.
Yeah. Don't never lose that. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Please don't.
Yeah, just remember that you choose to do that.
You keep saying that, and it's becoming a little condescending. Yes, I know. I'm very grateful to you all, but come on now.
Okay, if I say it again, just yell at me again. I'm sorry.
No, don't know that I need to yell.
Okay, just point it out again.
That I
Alright,
will.
And so we're all going to use the metaphysical bathroom, and then we're going to make a sky shape appear all badass-like in front of a tower and make some fake archmage shit his pants.
Yes, we'll make the enemy use the bathroom right after us.
Yeah,
I like it.
Bjorvar nods. Alright, well, I will ready my forces to rain hell if necessary. Excuse me. And he moves off and kind of convenes all the roughly dozen or so other war mages and seems to brief them.
6 mystical outhouses appear in front of you.
Wait, are they only illusions? Kale?
So, as the skyships race over the verdant fields of Pentarchos, I'll pop you guys back over the map for a sec. You begin to see far below the signs of civilization. You see tilled fields, structures that might be farmhouses, or collections of these that might be small villages. You see roads linking these. Every now and then, off to one side or the other, you see a larger collection that might be a city of some kind. Taking it all in is difficult because you're flying very high and very quickly. But over the next hour or so, a large collection of impressive structures set atop a hill looms on the horizon. It appears to be a significant city with several towers, a perimeter wall, and a kind of smattering of buildings that have grown up around the wall. And in the center, on the highest point of the hill, is this massive castle. And as you approach, and the skyships begin to lower a little bit down, you can begin to see movement within this city. Too far away to make out distinct forms, but there's definitely movement going on. The movements of a normal city. People in the street, carts being drawn. Horses moving, beasts of burden pulling loads. Yahek, as you approach within the last couple of miles, you recognize this as Eulic, your adopted home, and looking, in some ways, in most ways, similar to how you recall leaving it. But surrounding the central castle itself, you all can see, as you get closer still, there's this shimmering barrier of arcane force. Several new walls have been added to the castle, or several new towers of strange construction that look very different from the architecture of the rest of the city have been added to the castle. Comprised of dark stone, built in this kind of brutalist utilitarian fashion, these spindly square towers, perhaps a half dozen of them, now rise from the castle walls where they had not been before. And yes, surrounding the whole castle is this shimmering arcane barrier. As the sky ships descend towards this, the Sky Mage looks to you as like, well, we're here. As the sky ships descend towards this city and its central castle, which is surrounded by this shimmering arcane barrier, the crew of the ship and the various Sky Mages, a number of the Warforged, are taking up positions of readiness. The arcane cannons are manned. The ballistae are manned. The mages take up positions around the edges of the ship, and kind of like the Fire Nation airships from Avatar, there are various like extendable gangplanks that the mages can take a position on to have better line of sight to things.
That's terrifying.
That extend out from various portions of the armored hull. So yeah, as the ship kind of like over the course of this descent gets into battle mode, it is indeed a little bit terrifying realizing kind of how efficiently this skyship and its sister can bring an enormous amount of destructive power to bear very quickly.
As we're approaching, I will point out the barrier being new and those spires being new.
Okay.
And
the captain turns to you and asks, do you think that barrier will interfere with our proposed descent?
It may, but I guess we'll find out for sure.
I don't want to risk something that could potentially compromise the levitation devices on this ship.
Well, we can fly around it and make ourselves known, and they can either keep it up and keep us out, or they'll come out to talk or drop it and let us talk and come in.
Am I close enough to hear this conversation?
Sure.
Vig, I don't mean to interject. What if we, revealed the ship just outside the shield, this dome thing,
That's not what we want.
and then take one of the skimmers in? I think we've kind of seen that whatever this stuff is doesn't interact with normal magic regularly. It might not be affected by whatever that thing, that shield, that barrier is.
Well, you can do that too. I'm open to suggestions.
I think we should keep the skyships outside the barrier. We can have the war mages perhaps study it and see if there's a way to dispel it if necessary. We can still decloak and make this show of force. And at this point, the skyships are perhaps 200 feet or so away from this barrier. And the descent kind of stops.
Maybe we decloak our ship, the Dawn Herald, Captain, and perhaps keep the sister ship cloaked until we desperately need an Overwatch or cavalry to come in.
Holding something in reserve is wise. I'll let Captain Telsana know. Alright. Wow. Are we ready to get this show on the road?
Let's do it. To the skimmer.
Okay, so as the six of you make your way to the skimmer, the Grand Inquisitor Sienna says, "Best of luck. I'll be ready to hop down and assist you if necessary. Did you want to leave a sending stone here with us to let us know if you need our assistance?
Who has the two of them?
I don't think
I
any
feel
of us
like
have
they-
two of them.
I know, but who has them?
Doesn't Vague have one?
I thought, didn't we have like one for
You have like 2
Scravenok?
pairs, though.
We had one for
Yeah, we have 2 pairs.
Scravenok, and then we
I
had
didn't
2
think I
pairs.
had any.
I have one to the wind dragon of Elmvikar.
And then did we have 2 pairs past that?
Yeah.
Well, I gave my sending stone to someone. I think it was to Yahek's cousin, maybe.
So you have one more linked pair amongst the party.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll give that to the GI, and then who wants to hold the other receiving end of it? I mean, well, the sending end of it.
I'll take it if no one else wants it.
Yeah, I vote
How you got
Calvin.
it?
Alright, okay, there you go, done.
I
That was easy.
What? Don't say Gale?
Alrighty.
Whatever, there's 2 Ks.
Scythe and I will make our way over to the other ship and ready ourselves with some troops and a skimmer ready to make a rapid descent if necessary.
That's not what I meant to click. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
Oh my god!
Didn't mean to do
Rumor mill rank 2.
Oh my god.
Well, if anyone was curious,
if anyone wants to know what a setting stone does, here it is in excruciating detail.
That's the Acquisitions Incorporated sending stone. Anyway, okay. So, as you pile into the skimmer, the captain gives you the nod, and in turn gives another nod to the senior Grand Enchanter, Ogren Orbazian, who murmurs an incantation, and you can all sense the shimmering barrier of invisibility that surrounds the skyship drop. One of the crew members at the forecastle of the ship sounds the same horn that you'd heard when they first appeared. What are you doing?
eh?
Let's, disembark on the, whatchamacallit, the skimmer, and approach the barrier.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Let's go.
Let's do this.
So you guide the skimmer off of the ship and down towards the barrier. As you get within 30 or so feet of it, you can sense this kind of like humming and like this intensity in the air.
I stop humming. Anyone feel pretty intense out here?
Always why.
I don't know, just thought it was something I'd bring up. So, where's a good place to land, Vic?
Well, it would probably be on the other side of this barrier. Does any...
Indeed, you are familiar with like a courtyard that you were talking about before, but yeah, it's on the other side of this barrier.
For shits and giggles, can I cast Shield Touch at the barrier?
Sure. Okay.
Do I need to roll to hit?
No. You send the spectral hand forth, and when it reaches the barrier, it just kind of stops and dissipates.
Thought as much. Would anybody like to cast out a thaumaturgy or something, demanding that they let us in?
I cast Dancing Lights.
Don't
I
know that, unfortunately, man.
Yeah, I can't make voices louder.
What if we just flew a white flag?
Or a red flag asking for a duel.
Ah, I like where you're going with this.
As you guys are having this debate, the barrier flickers. And then a section of it directly in front of you opens. Kind of like Wakanda Shield styled. There's perhaps a 5-degree wide sliver of it that opens up.
I guess that's unnecessary, and I will direct the skimmer in toward
That's
that
an invitation to a duel of 5 or something.
courtyard.
Alrighty. So, as you make your way down, that's it. The radius of the barrier is about 400, 500 feet, such that it can surround the entire main castle. And as you make your way down, you can see that the castle is again full of movement. And as you guide the skimmer down towards this courtyard, you see a number of humanoid figures assembling in this courtyard. In fairly orderly, regimented fashion. Looks like there's some number of guards assembling here. Oh, also, before you guys embark, Kalevandor, did you want to put on your power armor, or are you cool with that?
Yes, actually, I do want to put my power armor on. Before this.
Alrighty, good to know.
Yeah,
Are you bringing the giant-ass plasma cannon with you?
Yes, show force, baby.
Okay, so I don't think I ever actually sent you the stats of what that does.
Yes, more things.
But basically, it's giant and heavy and two-handed, and you have to have a strength of 20 to use it, or be wearing this suit of armor. And basically, you can use an action to project a line of plasma, 5 feet wide and 150 feet long.
150?
150. Each creature in that line needs to make a DC 15 dexterity save or suffer 4d12 fire damage that ignores resistance to fire damage, but not immunity.
Wait. 15. What was the 15 in there?
Here, I'll
It was DC 15 Dex save.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you do save against it, you take no damage. So
They take no damage.
yeah, it's not half. It's just no damage.
Is this a cantrip?
It's a plasma cannon.
Not a
How many charges does it have?
Jesus.
5 spells.
So, anyway, as you guys descend into this courtyard, the walls of the castle rising around you, these new spires, you can see that atop each of them are several humanoid figures, and kind of atop the very spire, these large, kind of bluish purpley crystals. That just you see several of these figures turn their heads towards you as you descend. But yeah, as you land in the courtyard, I'm about to switch you over to a map as to what you see. Do. Boop.
Oh, this map is familiar.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's a courtyard. Definitely a different courtyard, though. There are no ultralisks that you can see.
Are you okay, dude? Jeez.
There was a one shot we did where like we fought like legit ultralisks and a god.
Oh man.
Oh, hey.
Oh God, wait.
Yeah,
So you-
this is that map.
Oh God!
So you see an ultralisk before you.
Hey,
Roll
my name's
initiative.
Tom Shore.
No. You
Probably
see
wondering how I got here.
You see perhaps a dozen figures arrayed in the courtyard, seemingly ready to greet you. And as you get close to them, you can see that these several of them are skeletal in form. There are a couple of, if you will, traditional zombies among them, kind of. And even as you land, kind of more zombies shamble in from the sides. And as you descended, you saw that the castle had many, many of these figures about that are kind of converging on this courtyard. There are also some other entities that stand ready to greet you. In the center here is this hulking, seeming construct of many different kinds of bone. It appears to have skeletal elements of various beasts kind of mashed together into this hulking entity that glows with this bluish light from within, and it looks kind of like
Oh God.
I always like when you have a picture ready.
that.
Ooh.
It's cute.
Right? And
What do you
behind
guys
that,
think?
behind that, is this perhaps 8 or 9 foot tall kind of skeletal entity with these enormous distended claw-like hands with glowing red eyes. And you hear a voice call from this creature. Welcome to the court of the Undying King. What is your business here?
I will clamber out of the skimmer.
Okay.
Do I recognize any of these people?
Just roll a d20.
13.
13? Most of the zombies and skeletons would have been commoners and peasants beneath your notice or immediate recognition. You do not recognize this large hulking creature here. It is not something that you recall. The large skeletal entity that addressed you, though, is familiar. You know it to be a bone claw of another naive mage that sought your teachings and knowledge. Also attempted to ascend to lichdom, but failed, and became this terrible monster.
Do I remember their name?
Wow.
I don't know. Do you think you do? Would you remember the name of such a person?
If they were If they showed slight promise, yes. If not, then no.
They did.
Then,
This was
yeah.
this was Gavotan.
So then I'll ask, how goes everything in the kingdom, Gavaton?
The head kind of tilts, and the creature kind of steps down towards you, past this strange bone golem type thing. And wait, do you have the helm retracted right now? No.
No.
Okay. I do not believe we've had the pleasure. How is it you know my name?
I will retract the helmet and gauge his response.
Okay, roll an insight check.
Can I move up about 10 feet diagonally behind?
Y'all can move wherever you feel like.
4.
4? Hard to tell. The head just kind of cocks a little bit more.
We've come to speak to the usurper.
Usurper? There is no usurper here.
Then who currently takes the title of the Undying King?
Takes the title? You speak with much insolence for a guest in our court. But the skyship above has not escaped our notice. So I will ask again, what is your business here?
We have come to talk to whoever is currently running this place, Gavaton. And I would appreciate if you would let your old buddy Yahek talk to them.
The head tilts to the other side. I do not understand. The Undying King will speak to whom he pleases.
Could I, to the lesser, zombie people's, behind him to his left, could, do I get a sense, I have control over them? Or that I could send some kind of, command to them?
Make an Arcana check. Also, did you want to have Lyle out right now, or is he in the bag?
I believe he's still in the bag.
No fun with him being in the bag.
Okay.
18 on that Arcana check.
You sense a connection there. But it is tenuous, and you cannot exert control over these creatures.
I will approach Gavaton.
Okay.
And ask him, do you remember my face?
Yeah.
So then you remember whose body this is?
Just kind of eyes you.
If the body before you was the man who controlled it, do you think I'd be talking with you right now?
I just think you have a lot of nerve coming back here.
My question was more so, do you think that Malik would be so eager to have a conversation with any of us? Do you think it's strange that I'm not vying to cut you down in some display of revenge?
You speak of Malik as though you are not he.
You remember?
You have brought no shortage of power. So I can but deduce that you want something more than our destruction.
I don't think you understand the situation, Gavaton, but that is to be understood. Could you perhaps tell this Yahek that another Yahek would like to speak with him?
I will relay your words to the Undying King.
Thank you very much for your service, Gavaton.
Can I cast Armor of Agathis on myself?
Sure.
I cast Dancing Lights.
I cast Throw Hands.
Over
I
the course
cast Intimidating Glare.
Over the course of this conversation, more and more zombies just kind of mill in from the gates on either side. Okay.
Are they entertained
Now,
by
are
my
these
show?
are these
No.
20?
Shit,
are
I
these
don't
like-
even get to roll for it. God damn.
Are these 28 days later zombies or like Shaun of the Dead zombies?
I mean, right
Cold.
now they're moving pretty slowly in a kind of
Shaun of the
shambling
Dead.
fashion.
Great.
Um,
Let's get records and throw it at them.
So
Don't be
the-
Oswald.
the monstrous undead creature, once known as Gavaton, turns and strides away towards the main entry to the castle. These, this veritable horde of undead just kind of takes up position surrounding you. But does not move any closer than indicated on the map.
Can I take out the Kylo hilt of the light blade that I have,
Mhm.
and just concentrate out for a moment, and just feel, is there any connection between my situation and the entities around me? Any type of like pulse or connection, or like similar type of control, or
Roll a charisma check.
sure. That's a... No, that's not right. 12.
12? You don't sense anything in particular.
Okay.
While that's happening, can I walk to my left and approach one of these zombies?
Yeah.
And
Just
just
kinda-
getting closer to it, kind of put my hand on its shoulder, be like, so how has this other Varric been treating you? Hmm.
It's about as responsive as you'd expect a zombie to be.
Good. And while I'm there, can I try to will it to do something again?
Yeah, make another Arcana check.
15.
You sense it kind of look at you, or it does kind of look at you. And for a moment, you feel that it's receptive to your command, and then it.
Troubling. And I will walk back to the group.
Do I feel like he's gonna be gone for a few minutes?
He's been gone for a couple minutes. Don't know how much longer he'll be.
Let me just. Oh, I don't. This actually does not take 10 minutes. Awesome. Then can I just see if I can feel anything about the history of the place we're at using dis? Oh, damn it!
Using class Bloodhunter? Yes!
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, make a history check with advantage.
Okay. 15.
15? Okay. Yeah, as you kind of focus, putting a hand to the ground and just sensing the aura and energy of this place, many terrible things have happened here. You sense that it once was a normal, happy place. And that you sense great tragedy, corruption, betrayal, and kind of the weight and horror of the transformation of this city of normal folk into a city of mindless undead. You sense that this castle was the epicenter of that tragedy.
Okay. I give a side glance at Yahek while he's doing his thing. But I'm not gonna say anything.
Hmm.
Okay, a few minutes pass, and Gavaton returns. The Undying King will see you all now.
Took him long enough. Shall we be going to the...
And these enormous distended claw hands beckon towards you.
Will he be seeing us in the courtroom, I presume?
Come.
I begin to walk and follow.
I will stay about 10 feet behind Yahek. But
Yeah, I'm gonna say even with Caladan on the other wing. You know how intimidating I look compared to Cal.
I was just gonna disapparate any mask committee faces. So wings are out, leg is out, eyes are out.
Okay.
I walk behind Kalevandor in a T-pose, my arms spread out wide.
But the legs you still have to walk. Your arms are just out as you.
You're bigger than them, and they will be afraid.
The assembled undead seem entirely unfazed.
Do they seem entirely undead?
Generally, yeah. And as you pass by this hulking, like, mishmash bone construct, there's just this intense aura of cold that just chills most of you, except for Caladan.
And me.
I mean, Why not?
I'm in armor.
Yeah, no, it still affects you. I mean, it has no mechanical effect. It's just really cold next to this thing. And if you can see that ice crystals have started forming around its feet. But Gavatan turns and leads you into the halls of the castle proper. And as he leads you with heavy steps, you see, as you move through the castle, appears to be a maid of sweeping. But she just is sweeping the same spot over and over and over. You see a skeletal figure in what the remnants of what might have been a butler's outfit, holding a tray, just kind of watching you go past. And on the tray is this foul-smelling, rotted pile of something that might once have been food.
Yeah, I'd take a bite.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Aelyn just ate putrescence.
you're immune to poison, so it tastes fucking gross. But no other adverse effects. I mean, this whatever this once was is just so far past its prime.
Other Vag, I really hope you serve better food when you're king.
Of course.
Okay. And yeah, as you proceed, you see what appear to be a couple of small children running down a hall, laughing, as if playing some sort of game. And then when they get to the end of the hall, they stop and reverse, like they run backwards, and they laugh in like this reverse sound, and it's terribly disturbing. And then they get to the other end of the hall and run forward again.
Vague.
Mm-hmm.
Is this normal when you had your time here?
Yes.
Or is this... Go ahead, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Is there something wrong?
Ring around the rosy.
As you pass this hall and see these children running in reverse, you see that one of the children's face is just half gone, and there's just the skeletal half face there.
I'd take a bite.
And more disturbing scenes like these of these facsimiles of people caught up in these loops present themselves around you as ducks fly together, indeed. But eventually, you reach what Vague you know to be the throne room. The mighty doors open. And Gavatan leads you into a different map. Do-do-do-do-do-do. With a green arrow on it, I guess.
Ducks fly together.
It is.
Ralphie, why did you frame Spencer?
What?
Alright, so what's the marching order here again? Vague up front.
It's I think it's this with Vaik followed by Kaladin and me
It's a flying V.
with
Yeah.
Gail in the background. Yeah, the puck goes in between all of us. Sometimes going back, sometimes going forward.
Well, I mean, we have to set Vag up for the knuckle pop. really.
Oh, true. You're right. You're right. He actually needs to pretend to be the goalie and back.
Yeah.
Okay. Right
I
then.
hope that was clear.
Yep, totally. Okay.
I'm still T-posing in the back.
Noted. All right. So as you enter this grand throne room, columns line the room to either side, and there's high balconies, perhaps 30 feet up, that you can see have several more bow-armed guards standing and watching. And get the fuck back there. Oh my god. As Gavatan leads you forward, to either side of the stairs that lead up to this kind of like central raised platform, there are these two enormous, extremely foul-smelling potted plants. That just have a number of kind of sickly-looking blooms, and kind of around their base at the bottom of the pots appear to be a number of bones. And at the focus, at the far end of the room, at top, up a couple of flights of stairs, and sitting on a majestic and backlit throne, you see a finely robed humanoid figure. Crimson robes embroidered with gold and silver, sitting somewhat imperiously, a golden crown upon the skeletal head. To the side of this figure are two humanoids, one of which is clad in heavy dark plate armor, and the other of which appears to be an Adne, dressed in purple robes, her hands clasped in front of her face. Gavatan ascends onto this central platform. My lord, the guests, may I announce? And it turns back towards you. You stand in the presence of Yahek, the undying king of Eulic. And then steps aside. And the skeletal figure upon the throne just kind of leans forward. Well, perhaps you'd like to state your business here?
I will start approaching toward the middle.
Duck.
Do I recognize the people to the left and right?
The person to the right has got like a helm that entirely conceals the face, so hard to recognize. Could be any of a number of people. The person to the left you do not recognize. But as you get closer, you can see there's kind of a sickly pallor to her skin. She looks not quite emaciated, but definitely underweight. Hollow cheeks, dark circles under her eyes.
As I approach with helmet down, does Yahek react or change posture?
He stays kind of leaning forward and... was wondering how long it would be before you had the gall to return here.
Huh.
Welcome home.
This is... Okay.
Is that any way to greet an old friend?
No, hold on. How is this possible?
Yeah, this creature sitting upon this throne looks a lot like you remember you looking.
Illusions!
No. You are... That's... Who are you and what are you doing on my throne?
Oh.
Drop the illusion.
I knew you to be many flawed things, but I never knew you to covet this throne.
Galvaton, who is this fool?
Galvaton kind of snaps his head towards you. I will not speak that way. And uncurls his giant claws.
Steady there, friend.
And the lich upon the throne. No, there's no need for that, Galvaton. You told me these people have come here looking to speak with me. With the might of the Empire behind them. So what is it you want, Malik?
I would prefer you not to call me Malik. This is
Maleth?
That's not him. You... This is... Oh, okay.
Are any among you perhaps more conversant?
I step forward.
Damn it! Damn it!
I also step forward.
Alright, I step forward.
Alright, I also step forward.
I step forward and I say, "Our name is vague, and you sit on a false throne of lies."
You really say that?
Yes.
Kind of.
I start slow clapping.
The lich kind of turns his head.
I'm also staring at Aelyn.
Of course. So did you come here to bandy petty insults, or did you actually want some? Because if it is a swift death you seek, that can certainly be arranged, but...
Okay, alright, hold on. Let's calm down. Look, I get it.
Or perhaps you'd like to be part of something greater than yourself.
Oh god. This is... Alright. Okay, hold on. Let's everyone pause.
I'm sorry. This is who usurped you, the most cliche motherfucker that
No, hold on. Kaladin, that is literally fucking me. It's like staring into a mirror. I'm not shitting you. That is my... But hold on. This is not supposed to happen. You remember the phylactery you gave Malik, correct?
Which you seem to have done away with.
What do you think that means? Do you think Malik is here? Because he's not. We, you, me, have assumed his body, yet you still sit there. How?
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. 16.
It should not be possible.
No, it shouldn't. It was a plan C, D, E, one of the many that we have. I have. You have.
The Lich stands up. So, what you mean, what I mean to tell me is that I've made a terrible mistake. Uncommon and a little embarrassing, but easily rectified.
Hold on. Do you mean to call me the mistake?
Who else?
As I recall, the assumption of Malik's body was to happen when that body was destroyed, was it not?
Well, clearly it has not.
Okay, well... This is interesting.
Thank you all. Kind of gestures towards the rest of you for returning my failed experiment to me.
You...
Push back.
Shall we get to talking shop, then?
Yes, shall we? All its
Whatever.
vehicles are here.
Whatever squabble you two have, whatever history you have, Vayek, and I look at Ralphie, Vayek.
You know the
Vayek and Vay. Okay, Ralphie is Vay.
The world is ending. And I look directly at Ralphie Vayek. And I have a hand not around anything, just clutched around in a almost fist, like I'm about to summon something, but I haven't yet.
He is right. You know the happenings up north? Or do I know of the happenings up north?
We've been made aware.
Do you understand the complexities that adds to our plans?
Do you?
Far more than you. I have seen it firsthand. I know the threat that it is.
Do you?
We have come to request the army. We are posing to solve this issue, and we would need some troops to do it.
And what would you offer me in return?
Well, I mean, this failure of yours has been up to certain things, like opening up communications with the Empire, possibly establishing alliances with them to maybe take this game to the next level. Is that something that would interest me?
One sec, sorry. I'm not sure if this is the right music, but whatever. No, this is what we want. Okay. An alliance with the Empire. After all the effort we took to avoid their notice. An interesting proposition, but one that it sounds like is already done.
Well, the word alliance being the operative one. I mean, you could try to rectify your problem now, in which case that skyship will have no problem leveling this castle and everything that we've worked for. To which would be unsatisfactory.
Oh. You really are a failure, aren't you?
A failure that you can't seem to get rid of.
Do not test me.
Oh, hi.
So.
Hello.
Oh, hello! So, you seek the use of my assets.
Our?
Know your place, contingency. You have brought me this failure. And that is something. But I'm given to understand that you need this army because of its unique abilities. So, I think I'll have to ask for a little bit more.
And what did you have in mind?
Oh, I think you know what we really want. And if you are indeed in some sort of alliance with the Empire, perhaps you could arrange for it.
I think we both know that's not something that they would want to part with so willingly.
Well, the world's ending. Perhaps they would.
I think you need to change your perspective slightly there, my lord. If the world ends, everything is over.
Oh. No. That's simply wrong.
I think you underestimate the calamity up north.
I think you underestimate yourself. And just the like shriveled skin curls into this rictus grin. But I'm still open to reasonable offers.
Reasonable offers. You can't
Yes.
create and control to the full potential of what you realize. You have all of these paltry little pieces of flesh walking around your little castle, creating facades of life and laughter, and what, all in a show of force and power. Do you have any idea what I've been through to stand before you and talk as I am? And you think your power means anything?
No, I don't know what you've been through. I don't even know who you are. But my power does mean something.
I have seen more of his power than yours against the breaking of reality. His has furthered the goal of existence, and yours has been nothing more than a selfish desire to scurry around with what's left. So frankly, I'm not impressed, so I don't see why we have to offer you anything.
The Lich takes a step forward to the edge of the platform. As I said, I don't know who you are. I don't need you to be impressed. I don't need your approval. If you want my army to do something, I'll need appropriate recompense. Took a lot of work to build, after all. And if you are unwilling to offer me something of substantial value, then you can leave. If this place is so unimpressive to you, why stay?
How about we let me be the envoy between our kingdom and the Empire? You lend us some forces that we send to Gakanad to help clear a path. I will work with the Empire to secure us more power. You know of the armory with Tharanar? The war with Tharanar in the
Of
east.
course.
And what do wars create, my dear Yahek?
Opportunity.
Opportunity of what? To increase our numbers. Some dragons have fallen. Maybe they could be added to make the deal sweeter.
Lich takes a step back and sits back down in the throne. Crosses his legs casually. The war is happening regardless of our negotiation. These opportunities exist. I am not oblivious to them. This is not an offering. This is simply a statement about the condition of the world.
Do you think that they would allow you to take those bodies?
I
What
think
I'm
that
saying
very soon they won't have any other choice.
you think those bodies will follow you?
What do you think?
I think they would. Unless the whole tear in reality with the fucking tentacles crawling out of it has anything to say about it. However, what I offer you is a chance to elevate this kingdom to something higher than it currently is. The time of hiding from the Empire is over. We can make them an ally now and grow stronger from them now. And all you need to do is send some aid. That is all.
Roll persuasion.
Oh god.
Natural 1. Natural 1.
Ooh, close.
Natural 2.
3.
Oh.
2, 5.
What?
5 total.
That was a DC!
As you've aptly pointed out, dear contingency, the days of the Empire are numbered. An alliance with them would mean something for what? Another week? Perhaps 2. No. That's not good enough. Here's what I propose. Leans forward again. You go back to your little sky ship. You do whatever it takes to convince those Imperial to give me exactly what you know we want. And then we can send the army forth to wherever you please.
Can I, insight check that?
Sure. What are you trying to discern?
To see if... I have no idea what they're talking about, but to see if he...
What?
If he gets the thing, would he actually help?
Sure. Make an insight check.
So to see how truthful Throne Vague is.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Also, Blimp, can you DM me what the thing that Vague is wants, just to make sure that I'm not thinking of
That we're on the same page?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
He's being truthful. 10.
Yeah, well, it seems like he wants what he wants, and we'll probably send the army.
The head of the queen. Sorry, the body of the queen.
Gotcha.
I mean, I assume. Also, at about this point, Kalevandor? If you're here?
He's listening.
Is he, though?
Yeah, he is. He was playing Desi with the Discord on his phone.
You hear in your head a voice say, "We are coming for you."
Do I recognize that voice?
Nope.
I look at Aelyn. Is he glaring at somebody?
Probably.
He's pretty perceptive about this stuff. Hmm.
I mean, the various undead around the chamber have been more or less motionless through this whole
Okay,
conversation.
he's glaring at Yahek, so I look at Yahek suspiciously, and then can I respond? Who dis?
You say that out loud, or you think it?
I think it.
Okay. No response. But yeah, anyway. So, Lich Vague leans back in his throne. Is that acceptable?
I think you know the answer that they're going to give us, but that can be done. And one more question before we leave. Have the Verasi been in contact with you by any chance?
What's it to you?
I just wanted to know if I perhaps changed my ways and decided to become a dog to them.
Oh, where's your self-esteem?
Clearly not sitting on a throne, and I take my leave and start to walk away.
Various undead kind of like step in front of the throne. Gavaten stands there as well. And kind of begins moving forward, claws outstretched. You are dismissed. So you all leave, or what you doing?
I mean, I'm staying still until Vake actually walks
Yeah.
past
Oh
because
no, yeah, I would have turned and started walking past.
Okay. So you're shepherded out of the throne room, back through the disturbing halls of this castle, and back out into the courtyard. What do you guys want to do?
Can we huddle up on the skimmer?
If you'd like. There's even more undead than I've actually put on the map here now. Lots of zombies, but also more like looks like armored and well-armed creatures that are erect and precise in their posture and movements. Vague, you recognize these as white, significantly more capable undead.
I look at Vake. What do you want to do?
Well, the other me seems to be in the position of power. So we must request.
Can't
What
we
is
just say we requested and just go kill him?
I don't see why that wasn't the goal when we walked in there.
Yeah, I thought it was the goal. That's what I thought the plan
Confused, man.
was.
You kind of
Yeah,
just
you said we were gonna kill him.
you got kind of wide-eyed there, and we just walked out, man.
Sorry, I blacked out for a second. What is the request?
He hasn't told us.
Oh, well, if we're gonna do this, Vig, I think you need to be straightforward with us and tell us.
Kale, have you ever looked into a mirror?
Yeah.
He
Kale.
said Gale.
Kalevandor, have you?
Aelyn, would you speak for me?
Yes, he's looking to a mirror.
Thank you, Aelyn.
Okay,
I've seen
Aelyn,
him do it many times.
Aelyn, could you ask Kale for me if he's ever seen the same living, breathing embodiment of the person that you once were, standing in front of you, though you know you are who you are?
Ah, yes, just before you start his master's program.
Caladan.
I mean, I am pretty good with illusions, so I could see whatever I want, you know?
I mean,
Okay.
it is up
But
to
the
you.
point-
We can go back in, guns blazing, we could call in the fire, or we could send this request to see if the Empire will send what they will. I doubt they will, but...
I
Okay.
don't know. I think you guys can take.
Yeah, so hold on. How about we get on the skimmer and go? Because if we're gonna do this, we need to have more element of surprise than leaving and going, wait a second. We want to kill you. So let's leave. Pretend we're requesting on the ship, then just come back guns blazing.
We should probably talk about this when they're not a million undead
I
looking
mean, I
at
assumed
us.
we were on the skimmer already.
What do they matter?
Ducks fly together.
After all.
I mean, if you wanted to gather on the skimmer and like raise it up a little bit, that's the thing you could do.
Mhm. We
Oh,
would have done that.
This is still your rodeo, but I still feel compelled to give suggestions.
I am open for them. My plans kind of went out the window after...
What if we told... So, you had mentioned that you had some escape routes. What if we had the Warforged in the ship just release what they have on this crowd in front, make a distraction, and we go in through the back and see if we can dethrone this other Vig.
That is certainly a possibility. We could do that.
Or what is it that they're requesting?
You know the
Wait.
Sun Queen, correct?
Yes.
The Empress of the Empire.
Uh-huh, not
Right.
personally, but yeah.
Well,
By reputation, yes.
she's been known to be immortal.
Uh-huh.
Truly an immortal.
Mhm.
Well, we want to know how she has that power and how to replicate it
Mhm.
completely.
Okay, so, and hear me out on this. How about we go back to the ship? Kale here illusions something that is like, oh yeah, this is how she does it. We get close to fake Vayek, real fake Vayek. And then we just stab him a bunch.
I am completely on board with killing that pompous fucking asshole.
I mean,
No, that's yourself there.
No,
I think-
it is not myself, because I am myself there, Kale. Thank you very much. I think, therefore I am.
Okay.
I
cool.
went to an
So-
Arcanist college. Thank you very much.
in Vig's defense, I hate everything about this entire place. I want to kill that asshole a lot.
Yeah. Oh. So we're in agreement, right? We're gonna kill him.
I want to. Yes.
Who has the red flag?
So how about we finish going back to the ship because we're on our way already.
Well, Yahek isn't.
Oh, jeez.
He might really he might really like it here.
Hey, is there anything maybe we can do to bring down this shield? Like, can we send an insurgent to maybe disrupt a crystal? Maybe that will like disrupt the shield.
I could do that.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
I mean, I think
Well, from what we've gathered, it seems like this shield disrupts magic, right?
It seems like it's from the outside coming in. not while you're in it.
Yeah, but I think that I think if we were to try to disrupt the shield, it would make killing him harder.
Because he would
defend himself more.
himself, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but he didn't seem that defended just now.
Who has the key right now?
I think I do.
What if we... How far is this barrier from like the walls? How much leeway do we have?
From which walls?
Well, I guess the fortifications of the city versus like the barrier itself.
Well, the barrier basically totally encloses the main like castle and keep, including its walls. There's a whole lot of city outside of this barrier.
Okay, because what my thought was, if a skipper could go on autopilot and fly back to the ship while we...
You right there, Breezy?
No.
Is that saying doing the thing? Or... Oh, okay.
So you launch a giant cat at the castle.
We throw Sammy at the castle, and
Nope, they're goldfishes. She does not put her goldfishes on me.
oh no!
I think you'll live.
So you
Wait,
dump
no.
a bunch of goldfish on the castle.
She needs to come back and make it rain.
Alright, so, seriously.
Those
Oh
are
yeah,
her
sorry.
names in the game. He's the DM, yes.
Hi.
He's Oswald. I'm Caladan. Yeah, it's Kalevandor. Alright. We're kind of in the middle of something.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's fine. I'm enjoying this more.
Yeah, what's with all this planning? Just run in and kill the guy, God.
Just throw Sammy.
Just throw a cat at him, you know?
It's a cat, and I have a wonderful fish now.
That's the Lich's one weakness, cats.
True, actually.
Get in so it can eat his head fat, and then he can communicate with his army.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alright, but actually.
what I was saying is, if this skipper, is that what it's called? Skimmer? So, yeah, sorry, skipper's Stargate, I think. Anyways, the skimmer can go on autopilot while we stealthily leave, while we're still within the barrier, maybe? I don't know if that can work, but it's just my 2 cents.
I mean, what do you mean? You mean stay in now as we send the skimmer back?
Yes, and we use the sending stone to convey what we want the ship to do.
I feel like after his offer, we have a free entry back in because he's going to be waiting for a response. That free entry will get us past all the undead you see before you right now and into that chamber once again.
Yeah, why don't we just do that?
This guy is playing the same game of chess that you seem to be playing. I think he's gonna expect to
I mean,
I don't speak that language of your people, Vic. Please.
Was that Caladan speaking to the Thunder God again?
Oh yes.
Nope, that was not Caladan. That was Yahek, not Caladan.
'Cause that was thunderous.
Everyone takes 1 point of thunder damage. Okay.
But
You take 2 points of thunder damage.
I think Throne Vague will expect at least make accommodations for us to come back with the intent to betray him.
I mean, I think that's gonna happen regardless, and I mean, it's literally a castle full of undead who don't go to sleep. We're not gonna make it past unless we have a free pass.
You're right. What if we brought a big titty cleric back?
I don't.
Oh my god, so many rocks fall.
I don't think Galvatron would be okay with that.
I think he would.
I think that might work. It's worked
Yeah.
on me before.
And if anyone knows anything, it's Kalevandor.
The things I've done. The armies I've raised.
No, more about pies here.
The skimmer falls from the sky, you all die. The end.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. I
10,006.
So let's just vote here real quick. You guys want to try to stealth in, which we really don't do well.
How do you plan
Or-
on doing that?
Oh, Aelyn wanted to.
There's like 10,000 undead.
Again, Aelyn wanted to. I said that we pretend we have the answer and just go back in and kill him.
Yeah, I like that one.
You're the boss.
Hey man, you've got opinions. It's not like you're lesser than. We'll just
I mean, I never said that. You did.
everyone's equal.
Hey, look, man.
Hey, Vake,
Mm-hmm.
can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Don't get caught up with talking to him. Next time, just go stabby step. Just like, go Malik.
I'm sure Malik would enjoy that very much.
Cause Cal and I were totally ready.
Oh.
I
Speaking
Cal,
of
not
which-
Cal.
Well, if hindsight is 2020, I think. Boy, I wish I was there for that, but I think that would have been the best time to strike. But I was preoccupied.
You guys should probably know. Some
It's
voice.
not the right time to tell him. That. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, some voice talked in my head. It was like, "We're coming for you, bro." And I was like, "Hello,
sorry.
bro."
What? Did you know who that bro was? Do I need to go hit something?
I was kind of surprised you didn't hear it too.
Wait, so are you saying that he threatened you?
It wasn't Malik 2.0.
But I mean, it was in his castle.
It wasn't
where he
Malik's
controls
castle, yes.
everything.
Did it sound godly?
Nah, it sounded like another edgelord.
One wing or two wings?
I have no idea, man. You sure you didn't hear it? Didn't I give you like access to my brain or something?
No, I think I refuse that.
How are you
To
supposed to
protect
defend my
myself.
brain then? We're gonna
So anyway,
need to work on that.
so what are you guys doing? Are you going back to the skyship? Are you
I mean,
stealthing in now, or
I think at this point we have to go back to the skyship.
Yeah, it seems like the majority is Team Skyship.
all right? So, you fly the skimmer back up through the barrier, which closes.
Bombay.
Um, Basically, you land back on the Dawn Herald. The Grand Inquisitor and Scythe are not there, as they went over to the still invisible other skyship, the Myosonde, the Conqueror. But as you land, the captain, the Sky Mage, hails you. Well, how'd it go?
Not good. Not good. Apparently I do still sit upon the throne, which is awkward and confusing and troubling. And for us to have access to the army, we thought it would be a smart idea to request any kind of arcane studies that you have on the Sun Queen's immortality.
And by
I guess
we,
kinda- like her eyebrows go way up, and she just kind of say, "What?"
Me, Vayek, not Vayek, wants any information and all information pertaining to the Sun Queen's immortality delivered to him for access to the army.
Well, that's just absurd.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
So here's what we're gonna do instead. We have a better plan. This mission was just to scout out the room, which we did. Did anyone recognize what those plant things were?
Do I know what those plant things are?
Just roll a d20 to see if they were there during your
I
tenure.
thought they were.
18.
Oh, when he was there.
18? Yeah, those are corpse flowers.
Fuck.
And what does that mean, Vayek?
Now explain what a corpse flower is. To
So
the
a
best
corpse
of my
flower
knowledge.
is a plant-like entity, mobile, and can be full of up to 9 dead humanoids that it can kind of disgorge and animate at will.
But other than those 9 humanoids, it's not dangerous?
No, it's dangerous itself too.
Well, what hurts the most? Vic?
Well, the good old Sun Queen. Anything radiant tends to do the trick.
Man, I wish I was Order of the Ghost Slayer. So, what we saw...
So are we doing the raining fire down thing, or...?
I think
But
we
they
need
ha-
to disable that shield first before we do that, but I think that is an utter necessity for this entire place.
So, I think we have 2 options here. We can either try to disable the shield, which I don't see a large chance of success for that, because we don't know where it starts, we don't know what's powering it, we don't know how to turn it off. Surrounded by a multitude of guards.
Well,
But if we do that, the skyships can rain down fire. If we do that, though, it will be very hard to get to Vayek.
Oswald.
The real Vag.
Yes, the real Vayek.
I am the real Vayek.
Sorry, the real Vag.
And I'm Spartacus, but whatever.
Okay.
Vic, Oswald, Yahek, Calvin. Those purple crystals. Would those have anything to do with that shield?
Probably.
Those
I
are
mean,
new additions, so I wouldn't know.
How many of those crystals did you clock in?
6 total.
You
and
think?
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Oswald.
And where were they?
They were
different
atop
spires.
these different new spires that had seemingly been erected for the purpose.
So they're top of different separate spires.
How far apart are these spires?
Oh gosh. Let's see. Oh, math, geometry.
Miles.
Let's just say 20 feet.
Couple hundred feet.
100 centimeters.
Yes, times several.
Right. So, what if, I'm assuming the battle mages on the ship know about, or can deduce about the spires and the gems, right?
Yeah, they would probably know more than we do.
And
Wow.
if you do want to go ask them, you can.
Would taking one down have any effect? Or would we have to take down all of them?
You go find Biravar to ask this?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. Well, let him make an Arcana check real quick. Okay, that's pretty damn high. I suspect, as you do, that those crystals do power, or at least focus whatever power, creates that barrier, which my fellow mages and I have been studying, and we have employed similar magics, although on a lesser scale. I suspect that destruction of just one crystal would not significantly compromise the barrier, but 2 or 3 might.
Not to tell them what to do, but what if we asked Scythe to send his Warforged against 1 or 2 of them?
But how would
What
they
if-
get in?
We have 2 other skivs. Skivs?
Skimmers?
Skimmers.
But what I mean by that is they opened the barrier because they saw only one skimmer, why would they open up the barrier for 3 skimmers and then see 2 skimmers veer off to towers?
We have Mr. Grand Enchanter, right? Mr. Wine Enchanter.
Yeah, they could make those skimmers invisible.
Yeah. I'm sure he has friends. He made this entire goddamn ship invisible. I'm sure either him or people he knows can make smaller things invisible.
So what if we combine both plans?
That's what I'm saying.
What if we go in pretending to have a response? We can say no, whatever, I don't really care what the response is. We go in, attack King... You know what? Fine. Yahek, since you want to be the fake one, we'll call him Veve. He's the real one. We'll go attack King Veve while the 2 groups of Warforged try to take out 2 of the towers.
Let's make sure Scythe is on board with the plan first.
Yeah, but how does that sound as a rough plan?
I mean, also, I'm assuming Scythe is here in this planning session.
He could have been. You could have gone and gotten him before you had this whole session, so sure. And as I said before, we are willing to fight as we must. If we think that destroying these crystals is necessary, then my people are ready to assist.
I bite my tongue so I don't say anything about choosing to.
I'm glad you've chosen to do this.
He just turns and looks at you and... Yes!
Sky Captain, do you think the, do you think you could eventually fire through the barrier and just diminish it without having anything done to it?
I haven't yet probed its capability and strength. I mean, we could certainly begin a barrage.
I mean, to your best deduction, you think do barriers like these typically work that way?
And Bjorvar says, barriers such as this are typically quite resilient. It would... While firepower on board is significant, it would take a long time to wear through it through bombardment alone. If we can indeed get in and disrupt the crystals that power it, that would be a far more time-efficient method. Once the field is adequately destabilized, the bombardment could make short work of it.
So how about we combine both plans here, where we try to bide our time getting to Veve. We try to slowly get closer to him, but also saying, hey, this is what the Empire counter-offered. Do you have a counter-offer? Yada, yada, yada. We know he's full of himself. I mean, we've been with Yahek enough to know he's full of himself. He'll want to drag on the conversation.
The monologuing type.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's cliche already. Give the Warforged time to get to the towers, and once we hear any sort of explosion or any sort of go...
Well, the Inquisitor could signal Kaladin from the Sending Stone, could she not?
Yeah, so once we have some sort of signal, if we have not started fighting yet, to then start fighting.
What do you think, Kalevandor?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I agree with all. It's a great plan, really.
That's all I need to hear. I'm in.
And do we want to double the barrage with the other skyship, or still hold that in reserve?
I think we don't want to kill too much of this army.
I think we should.
Yeah,
I
in
think
case
I'd
we
reserve.
losing get charged with war crimes, that would be a real bad look for us.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that.
Just in
Yahek, what
case.
do you know about the war crime laws of this world?
I don't know, but I'm just assuming there's a lot of like put to death.
No, you're royalty. You must know a lot about this
You
subject.
just assume you don't know anything?
Did you just assume I do know something?
Yes, I assumed. I'm sorry.
Okay. First of
So-
all, I'm royalty. How dare you? Number two, I don't know jack shit about that. Okay.
How dare you pull the royalty card on me?
Oh god.
So,
It's okay.
Just
Can I
You-
slap him with the back of my hand?
So I don't mean to break up any lovers' quarrels, but the world is ending. If we're going to do this thing, we should do it, or we should just get out of here.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I think we should just. I think we should spend another couple minutes, pretend that we're actually talking about this.
so let me give a caveat here, boyos and ladios. So, I can make all of us invisible. I can do some dimension doors. I could get us right to them crystals. We could just destroy them real fast with that.
But we don't want to do that because, again, once the crystals are destroyed, he's gonna bring a lot more of an army to defend him.
Or he'll run away, but in the time it takes for us to destroy the crystals to get to him, he'll have escaped.
Yeah, we wanted to do all three things at once. We want both towers and us to be by him at the same time.
That's why we've asked the Scythe and the Warforged to help us take out the other two towers while we move.
But
to him.
they're on board with.
I could at least make him a Vizzy.
No, that'd be great. That'd be phenomenal.
Can you make
Well,
all
no,
of them?
Kale. Don't waste your slots. I believe there's people
Yeah, we have-
The enchanters can manage it.
that, yeah.
Aren't they just magical?
So
Highly.
Listen, one magic person to another, they're a little overrated.
Yeah, Cal, we need you to make a hallucinatory terrain in front of Veve.
So hold on, let me see if I understand this. So what we do is we take the 3 skimmers, right? We make 2 of them invisible.
Correct.
We go back on our skimmer. When
Yep.
when the opening opens, we have a invisible skimmer. Preferably have the 2 invisible skimmers go in first. Then we go in. We settle down in the courtyard. The 2 invisible skimmers go toward the 2 closest crystals. When we get into the courtroom to report to me that tough luck, kid, you're not getting those secrets. Time to die, bitch.
No. We don't want to say that stuff if we can help it until the towers are down.
I don't think it's going to be that smooth. I think as soon as the fighting begins, that's when the timer for everything starts, Oswald.
No.
I don't think it's going to be, let's sit in here and talk to him while we distract, and we're not going to be able to distract him.
Also, how do we know they can't just like scry the skiv, whatever it's called?
Skimmer.
Skimmer. Thank you. Credit
They'll
card
be able
skimmer.
to scry this one, they wouldn't be able to scry the ones that they don't
Okay.
know about.
Vaic, what I meant, I'm not saying to stall him too much, I'm just saying to give the Warforged a little time to destroy the towers, because we don't know how long that'll take them. We need to give them as much as we can. We don't want to just screw it over by saying, haha, die!
No, I don't think I think it's once this starts, every phase of this starts, right?
Yeah,
So
no,
hold on.
I understand
Please let me finish. Everyone comes in. We have the 3 skimmers in. We have the 2 invisible skimmers get in position by crystals. We don't have them attack yet. We go into the courtroom. We attack. When we attack, we send a message via the sending stone. It's on. They start attacking the crystals. Hopefully by the time that we are done with this, or while we are mid-fight in the courtroom, the other 2 will be able to take out, the other 2 skimmers will be able to take out enough crystals for the 2 skyships to begin to barrage in and assist should we need it.
See, I just disagree, because we can't really defend just staying outside of the shield after it's open to give the Warforged time to arrive. What I think is we go not as fast as possible to the castle. to the courtyard where we just were. We also don't know how long it takes for us to get in there. So, how about mostly what you said, where we get in there, we send a message to the skimmer saying, "Hey, we're here," but we don't attack yet until we get a note that it's down.
I think that as soon as you start attacking one of those crystals, wherever we are in this thing, we become enemies immediately. They're not going to continue to see us to talk about it. So,
Unfortunately, I agree with Vaya.
No, I know. I'm not saying that they're going to talk about it after we attack.
So that doesn't make sense to me. At that point, we should just take the Warforge and have them come into the throne room with us and fight about it. It's either we have them go off and try to take down these things to get assistance from the sky ships, or we just focus all of them on killing Vayek in the throne room and then be done. And then from there,
Well, okay, so the enchanters can make like the whole skimmer invisible. They can't make all 40-some Warforged invisible. So.
Yeah, that's.
Well, while they're on the skimmer, they are invisible, correct?
Yes, and only while they're on the skimmer.
So what I'm saying is that the two options are: we either devote the Warforged to taking out the crystals, right? Or we have the Warforged just come with us to the throne room and have them assist us in just killing them.
Well, that's not going to work because there's a castle full of undead there.
I think having them go towards the crystals is the best
Yeah,
thing.
we want them to go towards the crystal.
Yeah, I think, if anything, it'll draw his immediate forces outwards rather than inwards.
So then for that to happen, we need to already be in the courtroom before they start.
Well, they're coming in at the same time as we are.
I mean, you can send us a signal, or the Grand Inquisitor a signal when you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can only send it once, and it only goes,
Presumably you should only need to send it once.
Yeah, so how about we send the signal when we arrive in the throne room, and then we just wait for everything. Either they attack us, or we wait to get a notification from the skyship that it's down.
I still think that as soon as we get into the throne room, as soon as you send that signal to the Warforged to start attacking the thing, that is when the throne room will also light up.
I mean, look,
and
what I just said was we plan for that by saying they might attack us. That's fine, but I don't want to go in there with the mindset of we're just going to attack right away. We should have some sort of stalling point in case that's not the case.
The assumption should be we get into the throne room, we have Kale do an illusion of us holding some grand illusion golden chest, which is obviously bullshit. We get close to the people that we want to kill, and then as soon as we're close to the people that we want to kill, one of us sends the message via the sending stone, and we also start stabbing the people who are closest to us, not us included.
Okay, all in favor of Vayek's plan? I don't know. I feel like everyone's had sufficient time to make their
just
arguments.
one last tiny thing. I don't think we should bring in any sort of thing, because that would just look sketchy as how did they send it to us that quickly.
Sure,
That's all I want to say.
So that we just walk back into the throne room and request a presence to negotiate again, and then just run up the thing?
I mean, I didn't say
They will let us in enough to the
throne thing. I mean, they let us in just now, so they're going to let us in if we have a response.
I think we have enough.
I still think that we need to... I'm just saying I would prefer to have the first stab before they did, because then we can dictate how that battle in the throne room plays out a lot easier should we be the ones who are stabbing first versus them.
We will wait on your signal if you want that. You can set as to when to attack. You just decide when that's going to be.
Okay.
So we cool?
Be cool.
Yeah.
Or we could just piss off and go to Sunikalavos.
I just stare at Vayek.
We're already here. Unless you think it's too much effort. But
I'm scared.
The cost is too much to just
I
not do anything here.
I mean, I don't mind going back.
I understand none of you like me here, and that's okay. But I'm not a dumb man. I am not unintelligent by any means. I make smart decisions, and I weigh my options heavily. If you think I'm scared, you are correct. I have every right to be scared. When I was at that power, I could kill someone in an instant. As long as you are all aware of that, then we can continue. But this is not going to be an easy fight by any means necessary. Even with the, especially for the people of us who are in the throne room.
You think any of our last couple fights have been easy? I think we
Listen,
can
we
say-
literally just beat the wind. I think we're gonna be fine.
Hey, Enchanters number 3, anonymous.
Hey, give him a name. His name is.
What can I do for you?
No, that was number 2's accent. You got a,
fuck.
Yeah, number 3 is German.
so,
Yes, what can I do for you? Yes, I'm sorry.
Wait, little boy.
you guys got any, I know they have those military grade anti-magic.
No, none for you. I'm sorry. I can't provide anything for you. This is all for the Empire. As the is established for.
Right, we had this conversation.
Basically, what are you asking for?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
That was pretty accurate, but
Something to, perhaps throw at this Vayek 2.0 to prevent him from casting magic in that area.
we have a couple anti-magic bombs, yeah.
Hey, it's your boy looking out for you once again. We could use some of those.
All right, so you get 2 anti-magic bombs.
Oh, that was fast. What, radius?
Those items should exist from a while ago. I don't know.
They should exist from a very,
Yeah,
very
you
long time ago.
Be able to fund it.
I don't know if they're in D&D Beyond, but they're on the wiki actually.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I
a
remember
wiki.
that.
There's a wiki, and there are items on it before it became more expedient to just make them in D&D Beyond. But yeah, there's an anti-magic bomb.
I miss Woody.
Oh.
Rip.
Oh.
Nope.
Yep.
There's a link.
Dude.
So you have 2 of those. Okay, so,
Oh, it's 5 feet.
yeah, it's not huge.
Oh, 5 foot radius. Right.
Okay, so, any other preparations you guys want to make before you undertake this plan? Not that I don't love your debating, but I would love to move things along, so...
Yes.
Just one quick thing. Do we got anything to keep Vayek in place?
I got some shackles.
You have the shackles?
No, I have a pair of shackles.
Wait a minute. I have the shackles, guys. You know what I could do? So, I got a particularly misleading spell known as Mislead, where I put up a fake Kalevandor and I become invisible. I could just get up to him, slap those manacles on him, and then he's over.
Okay.
Do I know, was I capable of seeing invisible things?
You sure were? You would know that at the height of your power, you had true sight. You could see through any illusions, anything invisible, into the ethereal plane.
Anything else?
That's
Basically, he can see everything.
not.
Does he have eyes in the back of his head, though?
Probably.
Yeah, I explained that.
I could dimension door behind,
You could,
or Misty Step.
but you're not going to be able to pull one over on good old me.
Could you teleport?
I don't think it was outside of my abilities.
Teleporting? That would be something.
You had a wide range of spells at your disposal.
It was extremely powerful.
Do the shackles stop people from teleporting?
Stops everything, man.
Well, I feel like I have to ask that. Does hurting you hurt him as well?
Shackles.
Let's test this out.
Don't think so.
Shackles of pain.
Are you sure?
I mean, if you really want to punch me, you could just ask to punch me.
No, I don't want to hurt you, Fake. I don't like you, but I don't hate you.
I'll grow on you yet.
Join the line. I clutch my amulet of the drunkard. Does anyone feel like they're in the same sort of vibe as me?
What?
I don't know. Alden did it earlier with his hilt. I felt like I should do the same.
Yep, you definitely clasped your amulet.
I'm a lone wolf.
So,
How about when stuff goes down, either me or Aelyn throw an anti-magic bomb at Yahek, and then either me or Aelyn go in to try to shackle him with the shackles.
It all hinges on if we get to him before he moves.
It all
I mean, that's why I
hinges
said
on us having the first go.
Well, I'm okay at moving before most. I don't know about Oswald.
I mean, I'm pretty fast.
I'm pretty average at moving before most, but once I do get going, I can move pretty fast.
I'm as fast as my short legs can take me, but
I'll dimension door Aelyn right up there.
Well,
I don't think that's the issue. I think all we need to do is hit him with the empty magic bomb, and we should be fine.
But he can just move 10 feet and he'll be out of it.
so the thing, we need to get this bomb off when he's not able to move.
Well, we don't need the bomb at all, really, if he...
Well,
No, we still want the bomb.
what I
Would the bomb kill the undead?
Yahek?
I don't think I've ever tossed an anti-magic bomb at an undead
Any
before,
magical
but
construct or inherently magical being must make DC 13 dex throw or take 3d10 force.
That was oddly specific, Calvin.
What's a
Right.
D10?
But Yahek, yeah, I don't know. You're the expert here. I don't know if I've ever seen an undead. Didn't even know they existed.
well, they do, and it is magic that keeps them up. So
Oh wait, is Yahek, are you willing to sacrifice yourself? Did you ever use force or lightning damage?
what?
Because if he uses force damage on you and you use the phase shield, you both die. It's a win-win.
Are you super weak to the jaw?
it's Force or Radiant for the.
Wait, okay,
the
yeah, I knew the
phase shield.
force.
Well, I am sure it would be a win-win for the group.
Are you weak to shovels?
Am I weak to shovels?
Yes,
Extremely.
yes, you are.
Crowbars? Buckets?
Honestly, all you needed to do was just sprinkle a little dirt on me, and I would have just went back to being a skeleton. It's just as simple as that. Any of these
Alright.
undeads, you just sprinkle a little dirt on them, they just crumble.
Good to know.
So
So the Grand Inquisitor just kind of tapping her foot.
yeah, I think we're good.
We're
to
gonna
go.
do this, or you're gonna
Yeah.
argue some more?
I think we're gonna go with the plan we have right now.
Right. So just to clarify, we sneak in, one by the 3 skiffs, one being visible, the other 2 being invisible and with Warforged on them. When we get in, the other 2 Warforged head over to the nearest crystals on the spires. And then while we enter the throne room, we signal them to attack and also begin the fight in the throne room. As soon as the Warforged have disrupted enough crystals to weaken the barrier, the 2 sky ships start barraging and keeping other undead from coming in and swarming us and killing all of us.
Sounds
How
solid.
about-
So I can lead one of the skimmers. I will lead the other.
Do the sending stones need do you need to talk out loud when you use it?
Mhm.
Okay, then how about someone
Code word.
whoever's in charge of the sending stone says, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw this out there, onomatopoeia, I don't know, you guys tell me. On that note, Aelyn, how do you think you'll do with the shackles?
I think I could do pretty well.
Okay. How about onomatopoeia or whatever word? I really don't care. Me and Vayek, if you want to, we throw one or both of the anti-magic bombs, and at the same time, Aelyn, you run up and try to shackle him.
Sounds about right. I think
Just
We're trying to surprise him, right?
for optimizing the situation, I think we
try to get close to him by talking.
We don't
but-
want him to be super angry with us before we attempt this.
True.
Exactly.
Just to reiterate, I understand you are tired of me warning you, but the last couple of fights that we've been in were very, well, the wind itself was very unintelligent. That's not the case here. I have
Yes.
made backups upon backups upon backups, traps, and things. So there will be a lot of things that go wrong.
Okay, that's fine. All we can do is control the beginning. So, how does that sound for the beginning?
Sure, sounds great.
Wait, would the anti-magic bomb work on those plants? Because it holds like 6 corpses.
Any inherently magical being has to make a Dex DC 13 saving throw or get 3d10 force damage.
What counts as an inherently magical being? You can roll an Arcana check if you feel like.
Yeah, I'm like Chad in Arcana, so yeah. Oh boy, that's a bigly number. That's
Oh, yeah?
32.
32. Okay. You know that the corpse flowers would not be directly harmed by the anti-magic bomb, but they might be prevented from animating the corpses within them.
That's what I wanted. Yep. So maybe we can do the anti-magic on those. But that's
I
just a
mean-
thought.
I think we need anti-magic on Vayek first. Because I know that my weapon's still gonna work, or maybe work in the...
He can just
Field.
move out of it.
Yes, I know, but this way he can't teleport just in case Aelyn misses to begin with or something.
If this adversary is as clever as you claim, whatever specificity you build into your plan right now, I doubt will hold up to the initial confrontation.
I agree, but if he's really powerful with magic, shouldn't we try to take out one of his attacks at least for like a couple seconds?
But he can move and then do his move on the same.
If he's really powerful with magic, I'm sure he's accounted for the possibility.
Just
We might need more than 6 seconds.
just a reminder, the corpse flowers can move.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they are mobile. Listen, maybe
Well-
one of his backup plans is a magical item that he has. Either way, I don't see what the negative is to try to use the bomb to begin with.
Also, just to keep in mind, if we do end up killing him, we need to make sure we kill all of him. And by that I mean we need to find where his phylactery is, or else he will come back within a week.
That's a problem for post-fight.
Just more to worry about.
Cool, we'll have a week to find it.
A week.
In fact, we do not have a week, so, you know.
Well, I mean, you don't know where it is, right, Faye?
The last one that I knew was around Malik's neck, and here we are.
Alright, so we need to look for Mal.
Found him.
No, that's Vayek.
Thank
So-
you, Oswald.
I think we also need to consider, what if we just offered him an alternative? Vayek, you obviously exist. Lesser, but maybe not worse. You know, whatever. Having two Vayeks might be beneficial to him. What if you offered to expand his territory? Because if nothing else, who can you... If you can't trust yourself, who can you trust?
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you were there for the conversation
I
that
wasn't,
I
no.
had with myself, but sounded pretty obvious, like he looked at me as a failure and was hankering to delete me.
Oh, it seems we agree on a lot.
You guys could talk about that, and I mean, should you guys want to use that as a bartering tool for your lives when this fails, if it fails, I would not look against you should you try to do that.
Okay, so we're not doing that, so how about we just stick to the plan of throw the bombs, or at least one bomb, and just attack him. Kale, if you really don't want me to throw a bomb, fine, someone else throw the bomb, but...
I look at Oswald real good. Does he look like bomb-throwing material?
Sure.
I trust you completely. It's 100% Oswald.
I mean, can you miss with the bomb?
Yeah.
I think, yes, 300% you can miss with the bomb, but
Okay.
200% I trust you.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll run up and just drop the bomb.
Yes. Do
Um,
what you gotta do.
no, so how does that sound, though? I mean, I guess the only other question is, once the fight actually starts, are we all focusing on Vayek, or are we splitting up and some people taking his support? That's, I think, the last thing we really need to talk about.
Splitting up never seems to go well.
I don't mean split up by, like, 20 feet. I mean, there were archers on the wall and stuff, so are we just gonna let them be, or what are we gonna do?
Yahek, do you think you could handle these archers?
I mean, I think there are a couple of us here who could handle them, but, you know, I guess
You're
it
right.
depends on the situation.
Rethenir, could you handle them?
What?
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
absolutely.
Oh boy.
Undead? What? Where? Smite! Smite! Smite them all!
How
Oh, Paladin, you're undead too? Sorry, buddy. Smite.
Blim, just use turn undead.
You're in a city of undead, and you don't have two clerics and a paladin. I'm so sorry.
God, it would have been so nice to be in Blim's campaign right now. I mean, Breeze's campaign right now.
Hi, hello, I'm
Just
Breezy.
switch parties real quick, you know.
Do you think
All the radiant damage.
If you
All
ever
the
want to,
time.
if you ever want to trade Donar and Oswald, Donar's for it.
do you think we could request the presence of the captain of the other sky ship with us?
Sure.
I mean, I think if anything,
Just because I feel like she would probably be
Inquisitor, GI would be great to have on this mission.
I thought GI was going to go with one of the invisible Thanks.
Yeah, she was going to head up one of the skimmer missions.
Yeah, no, that's more important.
And Scythe was taking the other one.
Mhm.
Well,
I mean, that's fine with me.
And short answer is no, the captain's not going to go with you. She wants to stay on her ship for this.
God damn it.
if anything, if someone else feels like they're very suited for shackling this guy, I feel like I could be good with dealing with these balcony bros.
I mean, I guess the only other person. How do the shackles work? Is it an attack? Is it a save?
We all stare intently at these shackles.
Are they in the wiki?
So, okay. No, they're not. But, so,
Oh boy.
yep, those things. Before we get too much into, like, this detailed plan, I guess, it is a weekend, but it's also kind of late, so do you want to potentially have this fight tonight? Or not so much?
I think I'm okay with planning the fight and like getting close to it, but a fight takes a long time.
That is very true. So, okay. So, just keep in mind how detailed you need to make your plan if it's going to be a week before we have this fight. So,
I think maybe we take some time to mull this over, take some time to ourselves, and then maybe come back to this with a fresh sense of eyes.
Sure, I think Vic might be skeptical if we come back too soon. Anyways. So.
That would be a pretty fast
Can I
turnaround.
just ask something real quick?
Go ahead,
Can
Oswald.
we even use these shackles? It just says incapacitated creature.
Oh yeah,
you'd have to incapacitate him first.
that's true.
I'm just
I
saying.
I stare at my fist.
Which one of you is very good at doing. So,
I think I can do it, but it might take some work.
Okay, so I guess we're just gonna fight him like we normally fight. Sounds good to me.
Well, if he can't use magic, that's a great step in the right direction.
Man, I wish we had Sentinel right now.
I believe, despite my fist being magic, I think I can sidestep that.
You have a short sword.
I am the short sword, Oswald.
your body is a weapon.
Okay.
My body is the Wonderland.
Oh. Okay.
Your body is a wonderland.
Thank you.
Are there any other preparations you want to make, like, on the ship? Do you want to, like, head down now and then break? What do you want to do?
I think. Do you guys want to just head down to finish it, or do you want to?
I'm feeling throughout all this we have maybe had a short rest, or no? I can't.
Yes, sure.
Didn't we have a long rest already?
We've had a bunch of long rests. Yeah.
Oh, just to get us that spell slot back?
I did use it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. You've had enough time now to get it back. Okay. So, this plan in place with Scythe and the Grand Inquisitor ready to lead their own assaults. The crews of the skyships standing by for whenever this barrier is weakened and on duty to stop any more undead from the city from reaching the castle. You guys make your preparation to hopefully destroy this, as Yahek has warned, extremely powerful version of himself. A foe that, unlike, say, the Storm Elemental, is both incredibly intelligent, very crafty, and very cruel. But yeah, there you are on the Dawn Herald, circling slowly above this powerful arcane barrier that has enclosed the central castle of Eulic. As even now you see that there's this, from this vantage you can see this movement throughout the city of hundreds, thousands of humanoid forms just kind of moving towards this main castle. Not particularly swiftly, but definitely making their way there. And with the fate of the world at stake, you ready your assault. And it's pretty late. Stake, Liara. I think your ass is more important. And on that note, since it's pretty damn late, let's go ahead and call it there.
Hey!
Yeah.